Just a disclaimer, this show is all about real people and real stories. Opinions shared here are just that, opinions. They're not professional advice, just personal experiences. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and as always, just vibe. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of No Blueprint, Just Vibes. My name is Daisha Monique, your host. And on today, I do have a co host, my best friend, and I'm going to go ahead and let her introduce herself real quick.
Hello, I'm Bree Lee, whatever you feel like saying.
You want to shout out your social medias or anything? Or
My Instagram is __ Bree Jones, and my Facebook is Bree Lee.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much, Bud, for being on the show with me today. I really appreciate your company.
No problem.
All right. Well, today is gonna be a heavy one. Today's episode is titled "Healing Ain't Pretty." In this episode, it really was inspired by a book that I've been working on for some time now. I actually have like a little demo version of it right here because I'm still working on it. But it's called "From Hurt to Her." How to release pain, rebuild your worth, and heal. And the book is pretty much just about things that I've gone through in my life, even as a child, things that I've really had to kind of come to terms with and really take the time to heal from. And the whole purpose of the book really is to um, hopefully my story and my testimony is to help somebody else, and it really is a lesson book. It has lessons, affirmations, and it actually has like little space for people to write their feelings in. So that just kind of inspired me to want to, do this episode and just talk to people about healing and exactly what they have to go through to actually get to the point of being okay with where they are in life, based off the things that they've been through. So I do kind of want to start by asking you, is there anything in particular that you found yourself having to heal from, no matter if it can be childhood trauma, it could be adult trauma, it could be, and it doesn't even have to just be grief or heartbreak, it can be financial things, anything that you have gone through that you can just think of off the top of your head.
Um, the first thing I can think of off the top of my head is childhood trauma. Like, I wouldn't even say childhood trauma, but issues that I dealt with growing up, being the only girl and the oldest. On my mom's side, I'm the oldest, and I'm the only girl with all of them. I only have brothers, but I feel like I was held to a higher standard, if that makes sense. Like, more, I had to do more than my brothers had to do. Like, I couldn't bring home a C, and they were big to bring home a C. So it was like, dang, I almost felt like I couldn't fail even growing up. Like, I felt like I have to be the best at it, or it's not even worth it, even at doing my best, even being real good at it. If I'm not the best, I don't feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, because I've always been held to this top standard. And I feel like it really made me, I stopped valuing life for a little bit, I guess you can say. It was like all I thought about was work. How can I make money? How can I do this? How can I do that? It was never like just living and enjoying myself, being that I'm the age that I am, and I'm still doing way more than most people my age are able to do. Like, I had to learn everybody race is different. Like, you don't have to rush to do anything. Everybody is raised differently. Everybody got a different outlook on life. And I just try to actually enjoy life more than just work, 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 work. Like the post going around, I'm the one, I'm going to use my days. I ain't got all my days.
Yeah.
I'm going to take off. I'm going to take off. Okay. I need my health is more important. Like at
Mhm.
this point, you can't. You working. You gonna work till you die. Take the
Mhm.
day. Even if you sit in your bed and don't get nothing done, take the day because we deserve to take the day for ourselves. We'll run ourselves raggedy if not.
Mhm. Do
But I
you
feel
feel
like
like
those are,
it essentially it sounds like even though you were held to a different standard, it essentially helped you out in a way?
yeah, I mean, it made me a hustler for sure. Like, I'm gonna make some money. I'm
Mhm.
figure it out.
Mhm.
I don't like to just sit around. Like, I always want more. I always want to see what more can I do, what more can I get. Like, I feel like I never settle, if that makes sense. It's just the keep going. You can only go up, so keep going up.
Mhm. I mean, that's a good thing though. Essentially, is there something within with having that hustler mentality, is that for you? Do you see it as a completely good thing or does it bother you at times?
Sometimes it bothers me because it's like, girl, ain't nobody gonna want to marry you and you sitting up there doing all that. You supposed to sit back and
What?
listen. I don't feel like I ever like. I feel like I not necessarily run people off, but I don't feel like people be ready for the strong independent for real. Like the strong independent gets looked over because it's like, bitch, you can take care of yourself. You don't need me.
Is
Like
that
I
a
need
trauma
you
response?
a
Like,
little
has
bit.
that it
But
sounds
that's what I'm
like
saying. It can make it. I feel like it can be looked at as a trauma response because I always just feel like it'll never go far. Like in my
mhm.
head, I will never get married. In my head, it will never happen.
Why?
I don't
Like,
know. I just don't feel like it'll ever happen. But I just feel like I have too much sense for these fools out here, if that makes sense. Like I know too much. They can't pull the wool over my eyes.
mhm.
So it's like, shit, I'd rather not deal with this shit. Cause
Mhm.
they gon' be the ones. They gonna try it. They gonna see what they can get off with. But it's like, look, I'm not even gonna be mad. I'm not gonna do no back and forth arguing with you. You got it. I don't wanna talk to you no more though.
So this trauma is definitely showing up in relationships that you are having.
Baby, listen. Don't irritate me too much. I've been doing a lot better lately though. Like I've been giving it more of a chance. But it's just like, how many times, how many chances, what? I'm straight.
Is there a relationship that you've had to heal from that really did a number on you? Like, are you over it or is it still something there lingering?
Mm. See, I'm weird when it comes to feelings because in my head, when I stop liking you, everything kind of shut down. Like, I don't hate you, like, I don't wish nothing bad on you, but in order for me to continue operating the way I need to continue operating, I'm just gonna block it out, if that makes sense. Like, all right, we're not together anymore. Oh, freaking well, it is what it is. We're gonna keep on pushing. Like, it's
Mhm.
not that it never happened, but I don't have time to sit around and be sad. Life goes on. I gotta keep it pushing, baby. Gotta keep pushing.
Okay, so it sounds like the stuff you done been through, instead of it making you more compassionate, it sounds like it's made you more guarded in a way.
I guess you can say that. Block it out, baby. Block it out. I don't like being sad. I don't like sitting around being upset about stuff. Move. I just want to go on past it. And
That's a
most of
trauma
the time,
response.
well, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to rap about it. Like, it is what it is. I just want to move on.
Mhm.
And
So
then,
now,
like, people be thinking it's weird because I can be friends with my exes. It ain't bothering me. I blocked out the feeling part, so I don't care no more. You cool. Most exes can't be friends though, because they be still wanting to try to look. I don't want to no more. I don't like you.
would you
I'm
be
talking.
okay with that if you got in a relationship and your significant other was still friends with their ex, that wouldn't
I
bother
didn't
you.
say I did it. I said I don't mind doing it. I don't mind being a friend, but it's always them little random flames people be trying to light back up and stuff. So it's not a good idea. I'm just saying I don't mind being friends with an ex because it's just like shit. It's over with. We tried. It didn't work. It's okay. Just move on.
Have you gone through something that because you are like, you seem quite nonchalant. Um,
But I'm really a stout. In a way, I am. I call myself a sensitive gangster. Like I have feelings. Things hurt my feelings. I have moments, but it's more like okay, what now? Keep on going. Like I don't. I don't. I'm not gonna sit in. I'm not gonna mope around. Like it's just like I get. Like really said, I'll be sad today. I'll be okay tomorrow. I'm gonna live. I'll be sad for a minute. My feelings be hurt, but my feelings not gonna stay hurt for no long time.
have you always been like this?
I think so.
Oh Lord.
I believe so. It's just that like I don't like being sad. For what?
I mean, understandable. We have a question here. What's the best way you've healed through any past trauma slash experience you've been through? Ooh, for me,
Mm.
for me, honestly, writing has always been like my go-to. I've been writing since I can remember, literally middle school, writing random stories about just whatever. Honestly, that writing, and I'll be honest, whenever I get like deep, deep into like my spiritual journeys, when I really start like reading the Bible, um, living through scriptures and watching sermons and stuff like that, I find myself really genuinely feeling like I'm making progress with the things that I am going through during that time. Or even if it's just trauma that's, come back up in my life or stuff that I feel like I've healed from and I haven't completely. I think when I start writing out my feelings, oh, I'm at it. Like I'm Shakespeare with the pen. Like I don't play.
Mm. I think tattoos been my go-to most of the time.
Tattoos.
Most, I kid you not, if I have a rough week at work, that weekend I'm finna go get a tattoo. Like I need to feel a little pain or something. Like I just need to make it
You
go
want to
away.
be hurt.
I
Like
feel the pain,
you
and
can't
it's
feel
like
it.
okay, back to reality. It is what it is, but I love it. Clearly, I just kind of been going at it. Every time it's just a tough time. It's just like okay, I'm gonna go get a tattoo. It makes me feel better.
Genuinely, it does.
It
How
genuinely
long
makes me
does
feel
that
better.
feeling last is my question.
Shit, till it's over. As soon as they done doing the tattoo, it's like, God damn, this shit hurt. Like,
And you feel fine after that.
and then it's like, okay, I feel this pain. Everything else will be all right. I'm just keep on pushing, man. Keep going.
That
But
is,
and I started going to church. I have been going to church for the past year after not going for over 10 years.
geez, but
And singing in the choir and just being around like-minded people, being around people that want to see you do better, want to see you grow in Christ, like it makes a major difference. Like for a minute, I felt like I was
Mhm.
only doing something right when I was going to church.
Mhm.
So it makes a
Yes,
difference.
it does when you have that support. Like even one of the lessons in my books, is the title of it, "The Right People Make Healing Possible." And I do in that lesson, I do talk about the people that are in my life who've really been there to help me get through all the stuff that I've, been through. Um, my friends, you guys, y'all have been there to wipe my tears when I'm going through heartbreaks or find out bad news. Like, I have a real good support system, and I feel like you really need that, especially when you start going through life and just dealing with things that sometimes you just shouldn't deal with alone. And I'm not saying every time you have an issue, go screaming out to the world or go, put everybody in your business, but at the same time, sometimes you can't do certain things alone, in my opinion.
Everybody needs somebody, regardless of how they feel.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, yeah, no, I don't mind. I don't mind being there for people, and I don't mind opening up to others too. Because a lot of times the stuff that you go through, you going through it for a reason. And you
Right.
might be the person that helps somebody else get through something, or being open to telling your story could really save somebody else. So I don't know. That's another reason why I feel like I created this workbook, because I feel like it's hard to be vulnerable and to talk about the things that you've been through, and really, talking about the ugly side of healing.
Right.
That sitting in the middle of your room crying, can't catch a breath because
Staying in the shower 20 minutes because you can't stop crying.
exactly, like that, the ugly part of it.
Right, right, right. It's not always peaches and cream, that's for sure. It's
That's
not
right.
always peaches and cream, but I feel like how you respond to stuff also makes a major difference. Just constantly keep going.
For
Just keep
sure.
going. Like
It's so much
just
easier said than done, though.
it's never I've always like put in my head what's worth having isn't going to be easy to get.
Mhm.
So sometimes you gotta push yourself to give 50% for the day just so you can keep going. Like having a kid makes a world of difference
Ooh.
because if I didn't have my child, I probably would sit up and be sad and moping. But because I have her and I know she's watching me and I know on a daily basis is mommy, I want to be just like you when I grow up. I gotta
Mhm.
keep going. My baby don't want to see me sad. My baby don't deserve to see me sad.
Mhm.
I ain't never see my mama down and busted. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, my mama went through stuff, but she made it look good. Like, I ain't never see her going through it. And I don't feel
Mhm.
like my child deserves to see me going through it. So it's just like, I gotta keep going for her sake, for real.
So you feel
Because she's
like,
watching me.
essentially, you feel as though she saved you in a sense.
For sure. I could not tell you where I would be if I didn't have no little girl. Okay? Because I didn't like people. Like, you probably got 2, 3 months out of me for real. And it was just like, okay, I don't like you no more. I don't want to talk to you. I didn't like people, but she made me value life a little bit more. Like, I would hate for somebody to tell her that they love her and they like her, and then 2.5 months later, it's like, yeah, I changed my mind.
Mhm.
And that's what I was doing to people. And I don't want nobody to
Mhm.
do that to my child. So
Oh, it's really
let me
changed
fix
your
my
perspective.
life.
Uh huh.
Let me get my life together.
I can honestly say, yeah, my kids done did a number on me, but I'm not gonna say that it was just this off the rip kind of feeling. Um, I think when the first time I got pregnant, it was just a lot of what I can say, and this is something also that I talk about in my book, is I wish that I was healed more before I had my kids. Because when you do have kids, that's when it really starts bringing out the trauma or things that you think you've kind of forgotten about or you've let go and stuff like that. And then you have a child and you think about them going through those things, or
Hmm.
you're still making decisions that you shouldn't be making, knowing that you have a child, and you just kind of like, well, no, I might have to reevaluate this a little bit. And I feel like, yeah, having my kids definitely made me reflect. I mean, all the way back to my childhood on things that I needed to, for real, let go, let God, and just forgive in a sense. So kids, yeah, kids definitely do a number on you.
For sure. Absolutely. And I don't think I've ever seen any marriages that actually work. And I feel like that's something that I feel like my baby deserves to see that. Like somebody actually loving, whether it be me get married, her daddy get married, I don't really care. But I want her to see true love. Like she deserves to see somebody truly be loved. Because she
Mhm.
needs to truly be loved. Ain't no marriages around me work. And I feel like that was a big part of me not liking people for a long time either. It's like, you're going to leave anyway. Like,
Really?
you're going to leave anyway, baby. Let me leave first.
Are you healed from that? That is, I'm
Honestly,
like,
I will say that I am healed from it. I will say that I am. Because it's more so like, if I was to find the right person, I feel like I would be okay. Like, nothing is going to be perfect. Yes, I might cuss him out. Yes, he might cuss me out. But as long as we genuinely love each other, we genuinely want to be there, I feel like it'll work out in itself. I just ain't
mhm.
got that part. I ain't got that far yet in my life yet.
But you
It
want to
ain't
get
worked.
to that point.
I will eventually. I wouldn't mind.
You
I
sound
don't want
so
my baby to
hesitant.
be an only child. I don't. But I don't. I like I said, I don't like being sad. And once you open your heart up to somebody, you are literally being in love is giving somebody the power to break your heart and
Oh my
trusting that they
gosh,
won't.
that sounds so bad. You make love
It may.
sound so
Well, maybe it's
tragic.
just been really tragic for me.
Clearly.
Maybe it's just been
Jeez,
real crazy for me. But for real, I feel like you're giving somebody the power to break your heart and trusting that they won't do it. But all
that's
human beings make
important.
mistakes, and no, you can get your feelings hurt, and they could have did it unintentionally. Like
Mhm.
they didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but they don't make it not hurt. And I guess now I realize like accidents happen, things happen. So if you really want to be with somebody, you're gonna have to get through the little stuff. Like back then, the little stuff was more so like I don't want to talk to you no more. But I'm not the same.
Right.
So I feel like I've grown from it. I've healed a bit.
Not I wanna kinda go back to the comment that you made when you said that you didn't really see any marriages work growing up, so that kinda did a number on you. Um, yeah, and I'm not trying to throw nobody business out there, but my parents were definitely married and divorced with each other twice.
Yeah, my
So
mama
yeah,
did that too.
yeah. So I can see where it'll kinda make when you grow up to be conflicting for sure.
Yeah, because it's like, dang, why would I sign my life away on this piece of paper if you just gonna walk away anyway?
That is trauma. You like, do you
I
realize?
never denied I had the trauma. We supposed to be talking about it.
Okay, so when are you going to or how are you going to get to the point of not letting that trauma because it sounds like you do every chance you get, you
I
kinda
don't be
just
trying to. It just happened.
okay, what are you gonna do to improve this? So
Baby, pray. I need Jesus to come and tap me on the shoulder personally and be like, girl, calm down. That's him. Be cool. Because clearly I'm not doing a good job at picking them out myself. It's not working out for me. So I'm just going to wait on the Lord to come and say, girl, that's the one. We going to stick through
that's the
this.
only way.
So I'm just
Okay.
going to, yeah, I'm just going to thug it out. I feel
Okay.
like my focus right now should be becoming a better me, becoming a better mom. Not saying I'm not a good mom because I really feel like I do the damn thing, but just always being better. I'm always looking for ways of improvement. And
Mhm.
my main goal in life for real is to never fail that little girl as a mom. Like that is my biggest thing in my life. I do not want to fail as a parent. So I'm always looking for ways to be a better parent. I
How
just
would you what would you define failing? Because I feel like I don't know, I feel like a parent, they kind of feel that every because eventually we get grown, we start making our own decisions.
hmm
And, a lot of times or sometimes I'll say our decisions don't always reflect how our parents raised us, but we just out here just doing stuff. So when you say you don't want to fail her, what can you kind of tell me a little bit more on what you mean by that?
I don't want anything bad happening to her on my part. Now, she grow up and make foolish decisions. I know I did what I was supposed to do as a mom to
Mhm.
keep her from that. Now, she just grow up and go her own way and think, do what she want to do. I can't control that, but I don't want it to be on me and her going the wrong way. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want her to grow up and be like, if my mama did this, then the third, I wouldn't do this. Like, I don't ever want her to feel like I wasn't a good mom to her.
Mhm.
Like, even in struggle, I don't ever want her to feel like, damn, my mama didn't do this for me. Like, I don't ever want her to feel like I wasn't the person she needed me to be.
Mhm. That's respectful. I can feel that. Now kids grow up sometimes and catch amnesia. We
Yeah,
forget
but
we
I ain't got no
forgetting all
I ain't
this.
got no problem reminding her real quick. Like, girl, please don't play with me. Please don't play with me now.
I see a question here. I want to go back to it. It asks, being the oldest sister, who are the people or that one person you just know you can talk to? My friends.
Man, do you hear me? Cause one thing about it for sure, like, we have each other's back through and through, but we also don't mind telling each other when we in the wrong. Like, we gonna call it. Now, whatever you decide to do, I'm gonna support you, but I'm gonna make sure I told you the
I
truth
said what
first.
I
I
said.
told you the truth first, but I'm gonna always have your back 100% for real.
Mhm.
And outside of y'all, like growing up, I went to my mama little sister a whole lot. My mama youngest sister was a big person for me. Like, I was a tomboy because I'm the only girl. I don't have no sisters outside of my friends that I have made my sisters. So it was more so like whatever my brothers was doing, I was doing. But my auntie taught me how to do makeup. You see what I'm saying? Blend, 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 honey, blend, blend. She taught me how to be a girl's girl. My mama
Mhm.
don't wear makeup like this, so like that wasn't never her thing. Me and my mama we'll go shopping, we'll go eat some food, but like makeup and stuff, like getting all dolled up and stuff, my mama don't really get into stuff like that.
Mhm.
But my auntie, that was my girl. Like the very first time I got pregnant, I told her first. I
Mhm.
didn't tell my mama first. I told her first, and I was just like, "Hey, I need you to help me talk to your sister, cause I don't really know what to say to her. I need your help."
This might not end so well.
Nah, I need a witness. I need help here.
Mhm. No, I can honestly feel that. And it's so crazy because being the oldest girl, the oldest sister out of me and my sisters, we growing up, like my mom would always say, y'all are gonna be best friends and look out for each other and this and this. But it's like we are all like 3 years apart. And
hmm
so growing up, I didn't really talk to them about nothing I was going through because it's like y'all are
Y'all
in
don't
my eyes,
understand
y'all
my
are
life.
babies. Yeah, it's
Y'all
like
don't understand my life.
we ain't dealing with the same stuff right now. So like I've and even like with my mom, she always wanted us to have this really close relationship, but it just wasn't that growing up. Honestly, truly, it wasn't. I didn't feel comfortable talking to her about stuff and opening up about a lot of things. Which is something that I kind of I'm not gonna say I regret, but I do reflect on often because, maybe it would have helped us get along sooner because yeah, no, just being open and honest like that with her growing up, it wasn't the best move. But as I've gotten older, my sisters, I've gotten closer with them. and more open with them. And it's because we're all in our 20s now. We all going through, you know, life, even though we're in different, phases of life right now. So they are people that I talk to about a lot of stuff.
Right. They understand now. It's a little different. They didn't experience some stuff.
Mhm. And here, what are you doing to be better? Whew.
Mm.
I'm a work in progress.
I was just about to say, you gotta wake up every day and just one step at a time. Okay, one step at a time for sure.
I'm getting to the point. I'm trying to set my life up where I'm out of survival mode. And I feel like
Hmm.
that's really when I'm going to experience life in a very different light. I feel like right now, I don't know. Everybody say your 30s is your golden years because in your 20s you're just trying to figure stuff out. You're trying to figure
Right.
it out. You're trying
Right.
to get this together, that together. And then when you throw kids in the equation on top of that, it's like
It makes it a whole lot tougher actually. Make it
very
a
much
little
so
more
more
difficult.
challenging. Right. But I think for me is trying to be more self-aware about a lot of things. Stuff that, you know, what do they God's conviction when God is trying to tell you to do certain things
Hmm.
or to stop doing certain things, just trying to listen better to your body when it's saying you need to stop doing this or start doing that. I just try to be more intentional about a lot of things. So that's one thing that I'm doing to, be better in a sense.
Taking accountability
Ooh, hoo hoo, ooh,
in
yeah,
all aspects. So for real, is that's what it is. Taking accountability for what you're
definitely.
doing right, for what you're doing wrong, for what you could do better. Like it's you knowing yourself and knowing what you need to do to take that next step in life.
Hmm. Do you do you live I'm not gonna say I don't like saying with regrets, but do you reflect often on what ifs about life, or are you pretty content with knowing like this is the road God put me on, so this is what it is for me?
I used to be where it was like, that. I wish this didn't happen. I wish it would have happened like this. But the more I got in church, it's literally it. This is what God planned for me. Like
Hmm.
it, you can't you. We have plans in our life, and we don't for what is nothing. We can't plan anything. It's not our plan. It's His plan, and He had it wrote out before we were even here. So it's just like it happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. It was meant for it to happen in your life. God destined it to be that way. So it's just like, all right, Lord, you wanted this to happen. Let me keep going so I can figure out why.
Hmm. I think I'm still on. No, I've gotten a lot better. I can honestly say I've gotten a lot better because I think there was a point I was making myself sick, like, "Oh, if I just would have did this," or "Oh, if this didn't
Hmm.
happen," or "Oh," and it's like you sitting up with all of these what ifs, and it's gonna drive you crazy because it's like you can't go back now.
You can't redo it.
That's the part though that I don't know, hard to accept, I guess, in a sense. But like you said, I mean, if you truly believe that this is the journey you're supposed to be on, then you just got to be okay with it.
Gotta make it happen. Gotta
I
play with the cards you were dealt.
When was the first time you realized maybe it's it's you, not others, for example, that experience that made you realize, okay, I need to do some healing for real? Woo! I'd have had that experience a couple of times. Man, ooh, Lord have mercy. Let me see. I'm gonna let you start out with
No, go ahead. Go ahead, girl. Go
I've had a lot of
ahead.
moments like that. Like, man, whoo.
I talk about one I know for sure it was me. You know too. Because you know we've been friends with my skin for a little minute. But I used to date this guy real probably was off and on for about 3 years, but most of the offs were my fault. I would do the whole, okay, we cool, I love you, and 3, 4, 5 months later, it's like, I don't know, I don't think I want to do it like that, and I break up with him. But then it'll be 2 months to go by, and it's like, dang, I miss him. I need him to miss me back, and I feel like he always came back, so it was I kept doing it because he allowed me to do it until he
Mhm.
didn't allow me to do it no more. And he kind of like slapped me in the face. I was like, hold on, what you doing? Where you going?
Would you rather
Why are
it
you
slap you in
stopping?
the face or he slap you? Because why is you playing with that man feelings like that?
It was just like, hold on, what you doing? What you doing? Where you going? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming back. Why you not taking me back? But I had to realize you can't do nobody like that and then expect them to still care about you or still want to try with you. No, that's trifling. And I
Mm-hmm.
had to realize that I was being a trifling individual.
That's some real self-awareness for you right there. That's
Yeah,
honesty.
I had to realize that I was fucked up. Like I was literally toying with this man's emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a little older and tried it again. And he was doing me that way. And I was like, hold on. Wait a minute, sir. Hold on. That I don't like the way that feels. And that really sealed the deal. Well, bitch, you did it first and ain't that fun when the rabbit got the gun. So
Yeah.
I had to grow up and put on my big girl drawers and get over myself.
How essentially what did you do to to hit like
I
what
had to
progression
stop
did you make after that?
I had to
Like
stop
you did
blaming
not
myself.
do it to people no more or
Yeah. I mean, I stopped blaming myself for what I did to him. Because at one point I was blaming myself for the past so bad. When he was doing stuff in return, he was like, "Oh yes, I kind of deserved it. Like I was doing you
Mhm.
dirty, like." But at the same time, nigga, I don't deserve this shit. Leave me alone. I don't want no, cause no, you're not gonna do me like that. I
Mhm.
understand I did you like that, but that was then. And if you forgave me, that's you being trifling now, and I'm not being trifling no more. I was admitting
Like
to
he's supposed to know that
like
no.
if you gonna come back, it's over with. You forgave me. Why you still throwing it up? Because that's what it feel like you was doing at this point. So no, I
Mhm.
don't deserve it. So I had to stop blaming myself, so I couldn't allow him to blame me. I guess you could say just
Mhm.
move it on along, keep on stepping.
That's respected. I think for me, ooh, I guess yours kind of triggered me a little bit. I have for some time now, I've had issues with I can be loyal to my family, to my friends, but when it comes down to my significant other,
A
it
tough
was
cookie.
yeah, it's like I just didn't reciprocate that same thing. Just, issues with cheating. And when I realized that I cheated on somebody that I wasn't even in a relationship with, I had to really just sit there and be like, what is wrong with you? Like what is the issue with you, just being able to 100% commit to somebody and it be okay. Like that's just that. And it took for me to just kind of reflect back like where did this come from? Why am I like this? And I went through and witnessed a lot of things growing up and I don't think that we should use our trauma as excuses, but at the same
Hmm.
time, you have to look at those things.
You
Like,
gotta accept them to move past them.
exactly. Like, did that have anything to do with
Hmm.
me being the way that I am now, like you said, just kind of not seeing those marriages work out, and seeing or hearing about your parent, or somebody they with cheating, and it's like, is that what made me feel like, well, I mean, grown people do it all the time, it's just part of life,
Like that's
so
just how you do it.
it happens. And once it happened, are we gonna move forward from it, or are we just gonna be done with it? And it's like, that was a trauma response for me. It was like, I felt like it was okay until it got to the point to where it's like, I am really hurting people, like
Right.
really hurting people, like to the point to where it's hard for them to bounce back. Like, I'm the villain in their story, and I can't do anything but respect it, because when you break somebody's heart,
Right.
you
They get to
know
tell whatever story they want.
exactly. And it's like, I think once I got to that point of really just being like, okay, come on now. I had to for real dig deep. I had to have like uncomfortable conversations about things
Hmm.
that I was going through and dealt with, because it's like, I got to get to the bottom of this, because I don't want to be the person that keeps doing this over and over. It's like a repetitive cycle for me at this point.
Right. Right.
So yeah, I think that's when I was like, yeah, let me start reading these books, writing, talking, therapy, whatever it is I
Like,
need to
let me get
do.
it together. Let me fix it,
'Cause
please.
this ain't right. This is not right. Now, have you gone through a moment where you had to where you were kind of growing or going through something, and you had to cut off people or lose certain people because they weren't helping you through your healing process?
Mm, mm. Well, um, I was friends with this gal for like 11 years. And this, I'm talking about from like 16, 16, 17 to about 27, 28, like a long time. And from that time period of being 16, 17 up till 27, 28, nothing about her personality really changed. Like, things would happen, or she would cause things to happen, and it was just like, I don't want to be a part of that anymore.
Mhm.
Like, I don't want to deal with, I can't turn up with you and be out with you without watching you to make sure you ain't getting into it with somebody and we finna be in some mess. Like, no. At what point do we grow up and get grown together? Like, at what point do we realize we are not 16, 17, you know, no more? Like, we got careers. I got a kid. You want to have a kid. Like, at what point do we step into our boss bitch stage?
Mhm.
I feel like she just was stuck at a level that I didn't want to be at no more. So after so long of a friendship, I had to be like, yeah, like, it's not no beef. I don't hate you, but I can't keep cooperating in that dynamic. Like, I can't keep allowing that around me. I got a little
Mhm.
girl watching me. I don't ever want her to feel like all this shit is okay.
Mhm.
So it was just like, if you don't want to be better with me, I'm gonna keep being better without you, because I don't have time for what you are doing. I feel like you
Mhm.
want to be stuck in a place that I don't want to be
Which is fair.
in.
Now, do you feel like well, yeah, in a sense, do you ever, because obviously, clearly, a friendship for 11 years you got to cut off is, I'm not gonna say it's traumatizing, but it can be heartbreaking. Because I
Friend
mean,
breakups. Our
or a
friend
real
breakups
thing.
suck.
Right.
Friend breakups suck. Like my child called her auntie. Like they suck. But at the same time, at what point do you choose your own peace? At what
Hmm.
point do you choose your own happiness? Like
So
friend
essentially,
breakups suck
you're okay with the decision.
for sure
Yeah.
because I know I know I can control what's happening around me more so now because I'm a person of loyalty. Like I'm going to have my back. I'm gonna have anybody around me their back like through and through.
Hmm.
So I feel like as long as she was around me, I was gonna always be slick into something or into some mess because that was just how she operated.
Hmm.
And I'm too old for that. I don't want to do that. I don't want
We
to
are
participate.
getting up there.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't
Like
say too old. You're not
January, girl, I'm gonna be 30.
30.
I'm
You
gonna
said 30?
don't do too much, okay? Not too much, but I'll be 30 in a couple of months. Like it's time to sit down and sit on the porch with some coffee and talk about what you see
Girl.
in the sky.
You turned at 30 or
Or 55. What's
70.
going
Like
on?
what? It's
Being
time to sit
outside
on
makes
the
me
porch
happy
with
though.
some coffee. Like, girl, what?
Being outside make me happy though for sure. But like, yeah, it's time to look at the greater things in life. Like we not little no more. The last time I went to a club, it was January of this year. And I was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. Like I was just like, this ain't my scene no more. I don't wanna do this. I don't want to participate in this no more. Like
Same.
it's too much going on nowadays. Can't
Yeah.
really enjoy yourself. You out there worrying about somebody busting your car windows in a parking lot. You trying to make sure ain't nobody fighting in the club. Everybody elbow to elbow, shoulder to shoulder. Like this uncomfortable. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this.
This ain't it no more.
This ain't what I want
Yeah.
to do.
We've definitely gotten to that age for sure. I'm not with none of it. But hey, to each his own. We do have a question. What would this healed version of yourself tell your past self or someone who is currently dealing with similar things you've dealt with in the past?
Mm.
Ooh. Um, ooh, and this is something that's been on my heart real bad lately. Do not allow for the things that you go through in life to stop you. Do not allow the things that you go through in life stop you. I feel like every time, for me, especially in the past, every time like an inconvenience comes, I'm it's like I just shut down. I don't My focus on the plan and the goal, it it shifts. And that's one thing that, like I said, I don't like to say regret, but that's one thing that I've learned that I need to fix about myself. And I'm not talking about just small things, but it's like when big traumatic things happen in my life, I forget. Sometimes I'll be honest, there's been times I forgot my self-worth.
Mhm.
There's been times where things have happened and I really have to start back loving myself because I'm the type that will beat myself up about mistakes
Mhm.
that I make or things I've done or, things like that. Like, for example, bombshell. When I found out that my oldest son was not from my high school sweetheart, that did a number on me. I felt like I was not worthy anymore because how could I make such a crazy mistake like that? And it's
Mhm.
like we have to realize that we are born to make mistakes and things happen, but you have to continue to life is going to go on. And that's something like even back when my mom first passed away, um my high school sweetheart, like a couple weeks after the funeral, one thing that he said to me was, "Are you gonna sit here and allow this to define you from this point on, or are you going to continue life?" Because I don't want to be mean or anything, but the world is going to keep revolving. Life is going to keep going. So at this point, you need to make a decision on what are you going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, it hurt me, but that was probably some of the best advice that somebody could have told me during that time because that's really my life at that point felt like it was defined. I lost my mom. It's like, where do I go from here? I don't
Right.
know where to go from here. But when you have people like that in your life that push you to keep going, that's exactly what I want to be to anybody that's dealing with something traumatic. You have to get through it. You're gonna always go through things. Like life
Right.
is probably never going to be 1000% perfect all the time, but it's all about, like you said earlier, how you react and respond to the things that you go through.
Right. How you keep going. You got to
Mhm.
keep going. Don't let it define you. But it's like, who did it make you become? Like, where did it take you?
Mhm.
Where use it as motivation to push you to do other things
Mhm.
instead of just sitting back and letting it take over. You just use it as motivation and keep going.
For sure. What would your answer be to the question that was asked?
Um, what would I tell my past self was somebody? I don't really know what I would tell my past self. um, I don't know. I feel like you kind of hit the nail on the head. With just keep going, cause sometimes life can get to a point where it's just like, baby, for what? What am I going for? Why am I going? Why do I need to keep going if this is what's gonna keep
Mhm.
happening to me? But
Right.
is you gotta keep pushing. It's not gonna always be okay. It's not gonna always be good and peaches and cream, but you got to keep going because there's light at the end of the tunnel. Like after the storm, there's a rainbow. So you got to keep going through the storm. Why would you stop in the middle of a storm? You know,
Mhm.
keep going, keep pushing yourself to keep going through it, and eventually the storm got to end. It's not gonna always be raining.
Mhm. Eh, what's the number one thing that keeps you going every day? Whew, let me see.
Baby Jesus,
Amen. The Lord,
the Lord,
God. 'Cause
the Lord, and that
some
little
days I just don't know. Some
yeah,
days
for
I
sure,
just don't know. But seriously, honestly, truly, God really does keep me pushing. Um, because I mean I can't say stuff like my kids or this and that, but it's like all of that is, is here because of God.
of
But I
God, right,
think my main thing, is just knowing that everything is temporary for me. Knowing that everything is temporary, like the hard times, struggling, the bad days, and even
hmm
when the happy and good days do come, it's like you have to know that life is it's a roller coaster. Like
right,
it's gonna be good days and bad days. So I think when I'm going through those bad days, it's like, all right, I know what this feel like. I know that if this is what a bad day is, I know a good day is gonna come eventually. So I
right.
think
It makes
that
you appreciate the good for sure.
for sure. And I think yeah, for me that keeps me going because child, who life.
It be doing this big one too, don't it? It goes crazy.
For sure. But um before we start the wrap up a bit, I do want to ask what's a lesson that you felt like you had to learn the hard way?
The world don't revolve around me.
Really? My mom used to tell me that all the time growing up. He's like, yes, it
I mean, yeah, because not only like being held to them high standards, it wasn't really much I didn't get because I always had straight A's. I was involved in extracurricular activities at school. Like I was
Yep.
always doing stuff. So most of the stuff I asked for, I got it. And I was the only girl, so it was only one girl I had to buy it for. So it was a little bit like, baby, this is my world and y'all live in it and I asked for it, so give it to me. But growing up,
Yeah, no.
that's not how this works.
The real world don't care
This
about
that's
none of
not how
that.
this works. Like No, you don't get everything you want in life, and
Mhm.
you got to be okay with it. So I feel
Mm.
like that was a tough pill to swallow. Probably like my years between 21 and 23. Because in my head, baby, I got anything I wanted.
Mhm.
But that also made me more of a hustler because it's like, shit, you ain't got to get it for me, but I'm going to get it for myself.
Mhm.
Like, I don't need you to get it for me, but I'm going to work real, real hard to get whatever it is that I want because your world might not revolve around me, but my world will.
Mine, mine does.
My world revolves around me, so I'm gonna make sure my world is just how I want it to be.
Mhm. Let me see. For me, what is one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn? Man, it's so many. Jesus. I One of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, you have to love yourself.
Hmm.
You have to love yourself because there will be times in life where things will happen and it'll make you question, like I said before, it'll make you question your worth, it'll make you question your existence, and you have to go through things and be able to still look in the mirror and be like, girl, I love you.
Like you still that
Like,
girl, baby.
still that girl, will forever be that girl.
Period.
And yeah, it took me a minute to really just learn that self-love is more important than any other love out there in
Right.
this world. You have got to love yourself first before anybody or anything, because when you do, number one, you don't put yourself in certain situations.
Hmm. You take more
You
precaution with yourself.
For sure, you're more
Yeah.
intentional about the things that you do, decisions that you make. That self-awareness is so important, that comes with love. It's like, and like you said earlier, just being able to take accountability for things. So yeah, definitely. And not in the I'm a selfish person, love myself, but make sure that you are putting yourself first, because I mean, you can't sit up and be trying to give out love and do this and that, and figuring yourself out
Hmm.
by defining yourself by others. You have got to know who you are and for
Right.
real love the person that you are every single day.
I tell my kids all the time at work, if you don't believe in you, how can we believe in you? If you
Mm,
don't love yourself, baby, how somebody else gonna love you?
hmm How
You gotta you gotta
yeah,
put it in yourself first.
how you gonna love yourself? I mean, how you gonna love somebody and you don't even love
You
yourself?
know what I'm saying? How can you genuinely say, "Oh, I love this person. This is my world," but you don't put that same energy into yourself? Like you don't love
People do it
nobody.
all the time.
I know, and that's why their relationships be toxic. To be nice, that's
All
a nice
bad.
way of saying it.
Please let's
Toxic.
not get on toxic relationships, honey, because
Please, let's not go there. That's
woo,
another episode.
that was another one of them moments I realized I had to heal, and I started hitting folks' cars with my car. I'm like,
Yeah, girl, you
yeah.
had me worried for a minute with that one. Okay, I didn't know what to think.
That
That
was
that
bad.
Yeah,
That
that's
whole relate
another freaking. That is another episode. Cause girl, I can go on and on for some days. Okay.
Yeah, that was a relationship I really had to. Now we talking about healing. Yeah, that took
I think
years
that's the
of.
first time in real life of us being friends that I ever felt like I'm gonna have to stop talking to her. Or I'm going to jail. We're gonna have to stop
That was
talking, or I'm
bad.
gonna go to jail.
That was bad. When I had to sit there, and when I came home for like a break or something for like a weekend, my dad was like, "What happened to your car?" I'm like, "Oh, I just tapped some." No, like, bro,
I
I
tried
tried
to
to
take that
damage.
nigga out,
I
daddy.
tried to damage.
I tried to take that nigga out, daddy.
Bro, like, listen, it was bad. Like, talk about, and like, yeah, that's a conversation for another episode. But talk about a toxic, abusive relationship. That was bad. Absolutely horrible. And due to not really healing from that, after that, I just was like super duper reckless with a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
I did. It made me super reckless because it's just like I felt like I was, I don't know, I felt like I was truly in a cage. It's like, and I don't even understand why I was there so long. You know, it's like once you get out of those situations and you reflect back, you just be like, why did I even?
Like what was going
What
on
was
in
the
my
point?
head to make that feel okay?
And it's like at the time I was going through a lot. I met him right after my mom passed away and stuff. So it was just a time in my life I think I was very vulnerable and just going through a lot, which at that point I should have just learned. I should have just been by myself and was
Right.
going through, you know, the stuff that I was going through alone. But when you add into the equation grief and vulnerability and somebody that's manipulative and crazy,
Crazy.
crazy.
What we used to say all the time.
Oh man. Uh-oh. I think we lost you, but I know exactly what she was gonna say. You're weird and you're crazy. But no, um, I want to try to give her some time to get back so we can go ahead and wrap things up. Maybe that was our sign. Okay, I'll go ahead. So I'm not sure what just happened. So I'll go ahead and just start the wrap up. Um, I want to thank you guys so much for engaging, for being a part of this episode, being a part of this podcast. It means more to me than you guys will ever know. Um, Again, we wanted to really hit on the topic of healing, and just discussing different ways that people heal and process things. And hold on.
Yeah, yeah, people was calling my phone and it messed up. I don't know what happened.
No, it's fine. Um, but yeah, ghetto. But I was gonna go ahead and start wrapping up. Um, we're gonna put a pin mark right there.
Yeah, we gonna hold that one off because that's a whole nother
That was a lot.
conversation for a different day.
That was a whole lot going on. But again, guys, first and foremost, but I want to thank you so much for being on the show and being open and talking. I hope that this episode it reaches somebody. I hope that things that we discussed um really made you guys, even if you have questions or maybe it gave you answers to some things that you needed. Um, Anything. We're just here to vibe, to enjoy each other's company, and really just get these feelings out there as we can. So
No, good.
again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to continue to engage, subscribe, share. Next week we will shoot another episode, 7 p.m. on Sunday. I want to say that's the 23rd. Yeah. So the 23rd,
Mhm.
we'll be shooting again, 7 p.m. Our next episode, we're going to talk about balancing motherhood. There was a post going around, and my condolences to this family, but a young lady stated that her sister had passed away and it was really due to stress. Just, you know, never getting a break from her kids, work, and just being in survival mode a lot, you know, it did a number on her. And I had a lot of people who were commenting and they were just pretty much like, you know, that's why it's important to balance out being a mom and doing everyday life and things like that. And again, so thankful for my village because I would not be where I am without them. But I do think that it is a conversation that needs to be had because a lot of people, they don't have that type of support. And I
Hmm.
feel like that we need to come together and find ways to be able to be there for each other, as moms, especially with us, still being pretty young and doing this. So, if you guys are interested in being on the show, or you just want to tune in again, it will be on next Sunday, November the 23rd at 7 p.m. So again, thank you guys so much. I love you all. I appreciate the support, and we will see you all soon.
Pulled up, made my appearance. You can't sit with us without clearance. That lame shit, never let it near us. And your girl will choose my team cause you still living with your parents. Flexing on the gram with your paycheck. Stop showing off them bills you ain't paid yet.